You know, maybe work out a deal, maybe either trade straight across or trade plus some cash on my end.
You know I don't like American cars, right?
I mean, yeah, but you haven't driven this one. What's up, everybody? My name is Elliott, and welcome to another vlog on the channel. You know, I've been thinking recently about what to do with the Hellcat and maybe getting something else for the channel, maybe something exotic like a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, you know, something of that nature. And luckily for me, because of COVID and all this weirdness, used car prices have actually been going up. People have been having a lot of trouble getting inventory and keeping cars in stock, and it's caused the price of this Hellcat to actually increase by $3,000 to $5,000 since March, which is good for me. And it makes purchasing an older exotic, like one of the cars I listed, marginally possible, maybe with some cash on my end, but it's something that's worth exploring. And I think today I want to go see if Johnny, the car ninja, would be maybe willing to work out a deal to trade the Hellcat for his Ferrari, because his Ferrari is in good condition. It's in a color I like. I know it's in good mechanical hands. It's got a lot of YouTube history, so I think it would be a pretty good match for the channel. Not to mention, I don't think Johnny's ever driven the Hellcat, despite it being at his shop several times, and I think seeing his reaction driving this car for the first time would be awesome. So let's get the car out, get it over to Johnny's, and see if we can work something out. All right, one thing before we set off here is every time I've driven this car lately, you start it off and it asks you for an update. This car has the ability to receive over-the-air updates, which is awesome. I love that about new cars. But every time I hit schedule and then switch to a different screen, it pops up that it wants an update again. And that's been really, really annoying. So you go here, you hit schedule update, tell it what time, and then it tells you, cool, it's gonna take place at this time. The vehicle should be in park with the ignition off. But because I keep this car inside, it never actually does the update. And I'm not a smart man, but I also know better than to leave a Fiat Chrysler product outside with the ignition on, waiting for it to do an update. That's just begging for a dead battery. Okay, so luckily, Fiat Chrysler has thought of this. See, I got an FCA notice, and it tells me, hey, here's a USB update. And it looks like it's just showing you a picture of it, but the unit is actually on there, and it says for one-time use only. So I can only guess it's like a Mission Impossible type message that it destroys itself after you use it. But either way, since this over-the-air update is just never gonna happen with the way I have this car, let's install this update real quick before heading over to Johnny's. Especially because if I want him to buy this car, I don't want him to see that it needs an update constantly. Nobody likes to see that. Let's go ahead and pop this in and see how that works. Okay. We got it to recognize, and it says something about, do you want to update from this? Yes. Okay, system being reset. It could take up to 35 seconds. 35 seconds? I'm a Hellcat owner. I don't have that kind of time. This is ridiculous. Now, in reality, this is much faster than the over-the-air way. I've done one update like that, and it took like an hour, and I just don't want to risk it again. Like I said, I'm a betting man, but not the kind of betting man that's going to leave the ignition on in an FCA product for an extended period of time. Okay, look. It says wait 2 to 5 minutes, so that's happened. We live in an interesting time when cars need updates like computers, but there's a bunch of computer-controlled stuff in here, so it kind of makes sense. The one thing though, like I said, this is a one-time use flash drive, and I still think it's gonna be like a Mission Impossible scenario, so as soon as this thing's done, I'm just winging it out of the car, because I imagine it's just gonna fizzle out or explode or whatever. Either way, I kind of wish there was a progress meter, because this just says wait 2 to 5 minutes, and oh, there we go. There's my progress meter. Pre-installation ISO copy. This is cool. Hellcat updates, literally. Now, a lot of YouTubers, when they say, here's a quick update on my Hellcat, well, here is a quick update on my Hellcat. Okay, after a lot of waiting, it is finally done. It's asking me if this version is correct. And right after this is when I need to be quick and remove this flash drive and get it out of here for when it explodes. So this should be all one quick motion. I'm going to hit no, and then, oh my God. Ugh. Okay. It's over there, safe. I think it hasn't exploded yet, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get on with our day. Cold starts are just the best. Okay, we have only just set off on our journey, and of course, as is typical with Hellcat ownership, we are low on fuel. It says our estimated range is low, which in Hellcat world is probably pretty accurate. So it's time to get some gas. You always want to show a car with a full tank. It just sells better. Now, if you guys have been following this channel for any length of time, you know that I love showing the getting gas process, and it's amazing that I haven't shown the gas process in my most thirsty car, the Hellcat. And when you get gas, it's always important to reset your trip meter. And I'm so used to doing it in the Prius and my wife's car and everything else that this trip meter is just a joke. And I need to reset it because I've gone 160 miles on this tank of gas at 11.1 miles per gallon. Needless to say, those are not impressive trip numbers, but they are awesome, patriotic American trip numbers. I think that's cool in its own way. Anyway, let's go fill this thing up. Now, one thing that's interesting is, as expensive as this car is, it does not have a locking gas cap. Even the Prius has a locking gas cap. You have to like press a thing to get the fuel door to pop open. Not in the Hellcat. You just walk open to your idiot-proof thing that says fuel, in case you were confused on where the gas goes. Open it up, twist this off, and it kind of has a hanger thingy, so the gas cap barely doesn't touch. Kind of rudimentary, but this design's been around since 2008, and because these cars are available in trims from $20,000 all the way up to, $80, $90, $100,000, they just don't change the design of the gas cap, and I get it, but it is a little weird in a car that's this expensive. And unfortunately, in Kansas, we do not have 93, we only have 91. And thus begins the long process of filling up this thirsty girl. So, as always, shout out to this quick trip. I somehow end up here in every vlog. All right, shout out trusty Germex. Link in the description below. There are some finger cuts. Hands are sanitized. Seatbelt is on. And now we are on our way to go see the Car Ninja. All right, just got to Johnny's. Luckily, I just can pull straight in. Let's go see what he's doing. As usual, pretty full shop in here. Johnny, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Pretty good. Staying busy?
You came to help?
Oh, dude, no. No, I came to sell. So I'm looking to maybe get into exotic car ownership. And you have an exotic car that's the make and color that I really like. I've got a car that is currently appreciating in value with COVID and all that stuff. And I was hoping that maybe I could convince you, maybe work out a deal, maybe either trade straight across or trade plus some cash on my end.
You know I don't like American cars, right?
Yeah, but you haven't driven this one. Things have changed since the 80s. They've gotten a little bit better. Let's look, yeah, just drive it real quick. I guarantee it's gonna change your mind. Let's see. You know the car.
I've seen it, yeah. You gonna hop along?
I am gonna hop along, but yeah, you get your seat adjusted where you want it. All right, hopefully we can convince him. Because like I said, I want that.
Buckle up, I got a heavy foot.
Oh boy. Reverse camera. The Ferrari doesn't have that.
Nope.
Look at that.
You pull the top down and you can see everything.
Yeah, but this has like lines, shows you where you're going. We're in air conditioning. This is a nice place to be.
You know the seats have air conditioning?
Oh yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah. It's nice on a summer day, isn't it?
That's a selling point.
Hey, don't hit the Ferrari. It might be my new car.
Right there?
Yeah. That's what I want. All right, pulling out on the road. Johnny, I know you've never driven this car before. Highly recommend leaving the traction control on just because it gets rowdy without it. Kind of gets rowdy with it, if I'm honest.
No car up front, so.
Of course we do. Kia.
John Ross?
It could be. Ooh. Yeah, you get some supercharged sound. Oh yeah, just wait until you can really get on it. I think it's gonna be.
Why you don't get rid of this?
I'm just looking for a change. I don't mind the speed. This thing is awesome.
This one will eat the Ferrari for breakfast.
Yeah, of course it will. Get another taste. It's addicting.
No, because for real, I'm gonna end up buying it. You know how to sell, don't you?
Yeah. Well, this car sells itself.
Yeah.
I do pride myself on my selling ability, but I will pride the engineers over at Dodge. They did a good job on this one. And look, we got all the temperature readouts. You got all the information you could want Even got a horsepower gauge if you want it.
Factory.
Factory.
Wow.
And it's a good, big cruiser.
It's perfect.
Yeah, so like I said, maybe it's time for you to get into the newer, you know, modern age cars. Got a lot of features, got a lot of power. And just like it's time for me to get into an exotic, you know. And unfortunately, the only exotics I can afford are from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Ferrari, it's right there. You know, it's...
You know you can take the Ferrari anytime you want to, right?
I know. I like that. But what if it was just in my garage all the time? You know? And then I could come and take this anytime I wanted to. See?
Same thing.
See? So maybe we can work something out. Anyway, we're back at the shop now. Oh. It sounds so good. What did you think? First time driving it?
That's something else. Maybe change my mind.
Dude, I mean, I know it's German Motor Works, but maybe it's time for an American car in the shop? I mean, this is based roughly on a like 98 E-Class Mercedes at its core. So there's some German in there.
Got my wheel spinning.
Okay. Well, let's take the Ferrari out real quick. We can just kind of see how they stack up. You drive mine, I drive yours, that kind of deal. All right, while he's getting the keys to that, I'm gonna try to convince him that the Ferrari is, it's not that impressive. You know, when you're selling something, you wanna kind of say, look how impressive this one is. Look, this one's not that great. You know, you're getting the better deal here. So I have to get my game face on and try not to be impressed while driving this car. So, that was like out of a movie. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it sounds pretty good on startup. No Hellcat, but it sounds okay.
Sounds better.
Yes, the valves make it sound better, but again, what you're gonna want here is the Hellcat in this scenario. I mean, in the end though, this is kind of a 90s-ish car, you know? It's just, it's old-fashioned, Johnny. You don't need this. I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but you're kind of low at the stoplights here. In the Hellcat, you can see everything. So, we'll give it some gas here. It's just not doing it for me. I like the Hellcat sound better. I'd have to settle for this at best. I think it's okay. You know, it's pretty good for the price. I don't want to totally knock on the car here, but overall pretty unimpressive. After this drive, I'm kind of thinking you're getting a better deal here, Johnny. And see that turn? It was sharp, but it wasn't the laser-like precision that I was hoping. I think everybody would say this is just bumpy. Who wants this?
Me.
Yeah, but you just drove the Hellcat. It floated over these bumps. It was like a luxury car. And where's your cooled seats? Where are those? All right, let me give it another listen here. I don't know if that does it for me.
So what are you saying? The price just went down?
Yeah, I'm just saying I think you're getting the better deal out of it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, man, that's hard to get out of too, and I'm getting older.
I'm way older than you.
I've got way more gray hair than you do.
Yeah.
All right, so I drove your car, you drove my car. Obviously, this is the better deal.
Oh, yeah.
The Hellcat is the superior car here. It's newer, it's lower mileage, more comfortable, faster. It has a lot more going for it. The Ferrari, I mean,
It's a Ferrari.
it's a Ferrari. You know, like I can't talk crap on it, but it's loud, it's bumpy. It doesn't really have that many creature comforts. I think you're getting the better deal here if we were to come to an agreement.
If. We'll talk off camera. So.
Okay, we'll talk off camera. That's better than when I got here. When I got here, he said, I don't like American cars. So we'll talk off camera is a pretty good improvement. Anyway, I'll talk to him, and then I'll get out of your hair. All right. Thanks, Johnny.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, heading back from Johnny's now. I gotta say, that was really, really tough to keep a straight face and try to convince myself that the Ferrari was in front of him. But, you know, you're trying to make a deal here. You want to make sure the guy thinks that he's getting the better deal. It was just tough to point out the flaws of a Ferrari, even on a brief drive. But we talked off camera, and maybe, just maybe, we got close to an arrangement. You gotta let me know though, guys, is an exotic something you want to see on the channel? I mean, do you think I should get rid of this Hellcat? I personally think it'd be sweet to have a Ferrari. First of all, it's every car guy's dream to own an exotic. But second of all, I mean, Johnny's is pretty well taken care of. It's got some YouTube history of its own because it's the Car Trek Ferrari. And I mean, it would just be really sweet to have an exotic. So let me know in the comments below, do you think it's worth getting rid of the Hellcat if I could find an exotic of some sort, or if I could get Johnny's for pretty much an even trade? Hopefully, you know, I'll keep working on Johnny and that we can come to an arrangement, because man, that Ferrari is sweet. Every time I drive it, I fall more and more in love with it. I have a real itch for an exotic right now, and I think selling the Hellcat is a potential cure for that itch. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than that, I think I'm gonna end this video here. As always, my name is Elliott. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the other normal YouTube stuff, and I will see you on the next video. Ready to turn here? Oh, I'll edit that part out.